Hey guys, welcome to the cab of my truck. We don't usually do videos like this, although we have done them before. If you follow my channel, we've done them before. This is about inflation. We're up in Canada, and just briefly say you have just to remind people what inflation is. Most of you kind of really know already, but if you have something that's a dollar and then it's a dollar, and maybe the following year at the same time it's $1.01, then the inflation was 1%. Okay, the value of your money, the item is more expensive, and your money is less valuable. Over time in a market economy, that seems to be the trend, and so you're always playing catch up with things increase in price, and then wages increase. And that's important. We run a business here. We run an event business. Unfortunately, I know it's a terrible time. It's March 2020 right now. It's a terrible time to run an event business. We're renting out some portable signs, which in my city, you can place them on commercially zoned property. We're booking for summer weddings. So we've been doing that throughout the winter for summer weddings. People can reschedule, so some people are taking the risk and putting money down, which is nice because that's bringing in a few funds. And we're doing a few other things. But that being said, I was just reading an article, and it basically said, hey, inflation in Canada, January 2021, was roughly about 1%. And the other day I was looking up inflation for 2020, and it said it was like 1.27% from now. I forget the source, so I apologize. Feel free to look it up. It's hovering around 1%, and maybe a little bit more. But my question is, where are they getting these numbers from? Like, I tried to actually look it up, and I couldn't find the items they use to price out inflation. Because I'm thinking to myself, okay, look at the gas prices right now. They were a couple months ago, 3 months ago, they were hovering around $1. Now I've seen them around $1.15, $1.18. So that's say just to be conservative, let's say that's a 10% increase. That's 10% inflation on gas prices, and that's not over a year. That's over less than a year. So it's quite severe, and that matters for us because we do a lot of deliveries, we do a lot of driving, we're very heavy on deliveries and driving, so that's very relevant. What else do we do? Well, we make like wedding arches, carts, we have racking, and so we use lumber. And so I'm looking at the lumber prices, and as you all know, the lumber prices are way higher. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, lumber prices are much higher, a lot. Now, I haven't actually looked up the numbers, but I have noticed, I've felt when I go to purchase them a significant increase in the prices. Now, we also live our life, so we buy groceries and stuff like that. So I noticed that some grocery items are much more expensive. You guys all know that. It's 2020 right now, March 2020, just hit March 2020. But you've noticed during this kind of time of the year, I don't want to use the P word, or the C word. You guys know what I'm talking about. But it seems like groceries have gone up in price, especially like produce, right? And we'd buy fruits and vegetables. We have a couple kids, and I've noticed those have gone up. And then like, I could just give you lots of examples, but essentially the everyday things that I use and buy, they all have seemed to go up much more than 1%. So sure, maybe like I'm thinking maybe they're taking into account like home prices and stuff like that, right? But I'm not buying houses every day. Okay, I'm not buying houses every day. I'm buying fuel, lumber. In fact, I just got an email from a company close to us who sells like liners, protective, and we use them to cover our chairs, tables, our weight covers, so they look nice. They're nicely covered, protected, dust-free, and so we order some stuff from them. And BWI is the company, like a small company up here in Canada, and they just sent out an email saying shipping prices for us have increased, And unfortunately, that will result in an increased cost of goods to you. Okay, they just sent an email and they said it was going to be 4 to 10% more expensive because of that. And so I'm thinking to myself, how is inflation, and maybe, okay, maybe if inflation is $1, considering maybe, like I said, house prices and stuff like that, but everything I buy, including vehicles, have gone up in price. Used vehicles, it seems like they're ridiculously expensive. But everything I buy, for my indices, for my business, okay, and probably for a lot of you, unless, like I said, you're buying houses, inflation is probably more than 1% for you, right? Like, how is that 1%? It's more like 10% inflation. So I think there should be, people have to understand that it's a matter of perspective. I might be sitting still right now. We're not driving. We're sitting still. But are we? No, because the earth is moving. It's rotating, okay, on an axis. It's also revolving around the sun. It's also, the entire galaxy is moving through the universe and spinning at the same time, okay? Those clouds of thousands, millions, billions of stars are spinning. And so you're actually moving very fast, depending on your perspective. Okay, and that's the same thing with inflation and a lot of things. You got to take into account your perspective, where you're sitting. So, this is important. This is relevant when you're pricing things. You might want to price things 10% more. If you're expecting to pay 10% more on the goods and services that you typically buy weekly and daily, okay? And so please consider that. I don't understand where this 1% is really coming from, except maybe, again, if you take account and house prices and stuff like that. But if you're running a business and you're going to be paying 10% more for everything, like you be prepared. For an event company, for us, that's very relevant because we're pricing out for weddings that are, in the winter, we're pricing it out for weddings that are in the summertime. So what's going to happen in 6 months is really, if the prices of everything we buy to do business go up 10%, then really we need to up those prices 10%. So that's something in order to kind of maintain the same profit level. Like, if you can afford the difference, then that's fine. But if you need to maintain a certain level, then take that into consideration. Anyways, guys, that's a quick video, well, maybe not that quick, about inflation. I know it's a weird topic, but it might be relevant if you're running a business. Guys, take it easy. Let's get some business done. We'll see you later. And don't give up. Work hard. Never give up.